she is Amber the tiger and Chelsea the cat. Wrap it around, Amber, and you win. Oh yeah, Chelsea's. What?
We also have a couple of awards, special awards for the players, based on the stats and performance during the year. First of all is the most valuable offensive player. This player, from the very start, had a right foot that just wanted to score every time he touched the ball. He's a big, powerful forward that uses speed and his size to excel in the forward line this year. And he was also our team's leading scorer, and that is David Diekman. Most valuable defensive player. Kind of like this guy. He's kind of got my sarcastic attitude towards everything. He missed the last game of the season because he hurt his knee. He played with heart, played with dedication. Every day he's out there hustling, giving everything he's got, and probably one of the best defensive players I've seen in the Wild as a freshman, and that's Donald Pope. The next two awards are the Coaches Awards. To me, this is the players that put out the most time, dedication. They're there after practice, working on their skills, trying to improve anything they can. And they're out there on the field. They show leadership. They show the skill and ability of being some of the top players on their team. And the first one is the player that everyone calls the human gnat because he's everywhere when you don't want him to be. One of the funniest things of the year was when he went against, he had to mark Joey Chesta on the JV team, and he did win a lot of balls from Joey, and so the first award, Coach's Award, goes to Brendan Rogan. The second Coach's Award goes to a player who didn't start at the beginning of the year, stayed after practice, worked on his touch, worked on his heading, worked on his just being more aggressive on the field. He became a leader, I think, in a way that no one really knows. He wasn't very boisterous, but everyone saw him giving his all every time. And this kid is just what a player or a coach wants in every team. If I had 11 of these guys, look out, everyone. Second Coach's Award goes to Jeff Singer.
Which was good, and we had all sophomores this year except for Justin Bell. We had him for about one game before he went on. And then at the end of the season, for the last couple of weeks, because I had so many injuries, we brought up Dave Diekman and Mark Rayner off the freshman team, and they did a superb job. Just to give some credit to them. We were 26-1 this year. Took second in one tournament and fourth out of 24 teams in another. Unfortunately, we didn't win them, but that's okay. I guess it's good for the team spirit. This year was, I think, a growing year for my team because we had very high expectations, or at least I did, and I know they did too. But due to some unfortunate injuries, we had to make do with what we had. And I know a couple of games we only had 2 players sit on the sidelines with about 5 injured. And so I'd just like to give my team credit for coming through and winning games when it seems that it wasn't even possible at times. Okay, the first award is Offensive MVP. This player always wanted to come play. He always came to play and he always wanted to play. If I took this player out, he'd be at my side the whole entire half. If I took him out for 5 minutes, he'd be crying to me the whole entire time. I mean, that just showed his dedication because all he wanted to do was play. And he started out as forward, but then I moved him to center midfield because I needed him there, and he performed way above my expectations, and he performed outstandingly for the team, and that is Jimmy Rozelle. Defensive MVP. You can only tell this guy by that big blonde dew on his head. As he runs around there, I mean, he's smaller than almost every single forward out there, but he still knocks him around. He's an incredible defender, one of the best I've seen in a long time, Mike Rose. Okay, next award is the Coaches Award. As Trevor already summed it up earlier, it's a person with a lot of dedication. And to me, it also includes one person that always wants to motivate his team. No matter, even if they're down, if they're up, he's constantly getting the team going, always motivating. He's also looking for me to help. I tell him, okay, if you go out there, you do it. He goes out there, communicates from me to his players, and everyone looks up to him too. The Coach's Award is Adrian DeLeon. That's the 1992-1993 Loyola JV soccer team.
And I'm not talking about just tonight. She's been with us in the summers, carpooling, always making sure that some of the guys on the west side, not even the west side guys, just making sure that we're going to get there on time. Mrs. Hell does a great job for us. She is always there, whether it's a tournament in Simi Valley or South Torrance or even Santa Margarita, she's always there for us. And I wanted to thank her for a wonderful job that she did tonight organizing this. Along those same lines, I want to thank you parents, how Jeff spoke about your undying support for the junior varsity. I have to say the same for the varsity. When we were at St. Bernard's and our game was postponed, and a lot of the mothers and the fathers got together and organized a quick lunch for us. And another thing that stands out about this team is their hardworking effort in the classroom. I can't remember for the first time, especially during away games, some of the boys approached me and said, "Can we please get a classroom so that we can study before the game?" And I'm thinking, we had 6 classes today, 5 classes, a full day, maybe some rest and relaxation, maybe, but they wanted a classroom. They wanted to study before the game, before the 6:30 game. And I thought that was pretty special, as evident by the standing award that we won this year. I found out during Holy Thursday, the day of vacation, first day of vacation, that we were awarded the academic team champion for the southern section for the sport of soccer. This includes 5 divisions. We're talking about more than 200 schools. and this team achieved a cumulative grade point average of 3.51. Wednesday, on April 21st, we will be honored at an Angel game with a banner before the game at home plate for being crowned this academic team champion. So we're talking about a special group of young boys here. So again, congratulations to them. Now for the awards, I want to start off with a young man who I think kept the coaching staff in balance for about a month while basketball tryouts and soccer tryouts were going on at the same time. We were awaiting his decision whether he was going to play basketball, freshman basketball, or he was going to play freshman soccer. And thank God he picked soccer. He was outstanding. Michael Connell was a big reason because of that. Fielder, a forward. He might even play goalie next year. I don't know. He is an outstanding athlete. He plays baseball as well here at Loyola, and he's an outstanding competitor. He's a tough competitor and outstanding talent. Matt Jeffers. Next young man was our sweeper and our leader of our defense on the field. He was awarded second team All-Mission League as a sophomore. Tremendous maturity for a sophomore. I look forward to having him with us for the next 2 years. He's a 2-year letterman. He was with the varsity last year as a freshman. And one thing I remember too is he scored this past year against Ocean View from like midfield. It was an outstanding goal. And I know that he's going to be a force to be reckoned with the next couple of years. Kevin Held. Next young man with tremendous ability as an outside midfielder. He scored and was a terrific assist man for us, Junior Michael Gonzalez. Did a great job for us when called upon. Also an outstanding outside midfielder, Matt Moreno. He was hurt by injury that kept him out for a while, but looking forward to being with us next year, junior defender Marco Sasso. A young man who competes in 3 sports. He plays water polo, which usually has two practices in season, and then with us, and now he's swimming. Wonderful spirit and commitment, Dan Murphy. He's a junior midfielder who did a good job for us distributing as well as being our leading scorer. He was awarded first team All-Mission League and is our co-offensive player of the year as well. This young man has, I don't know how many honors classes he has, but he has a wonderful, I shouldn't say wonderful, but a lot of work to do at night. And with all this, he was still able to attain this. Wonderful young man, Eric Vanderbilt. This guy was a midfielder. He played forward for about half the year. He scored 8 goals while having 6 assists. He was always a threat always within scoring range or shooting range, I should say. What I do remember, I think was the most outstanding goal, in my opinion, was the overtime goal that he scored against Alameda. He made a quick move, and this goalkeeper, if anybody was there for Alameda, was outstanding. He was outstanding. I mean, I don't know how many shots we had at him, and Mark Reed finally was able to score this goal. It was an outstanding goal in the second part of the overtime, so there was a lot of pressure on him. He was voted second team All-Mission League as well as a junior, and he is also our co-offensive player of the year. This next young man, one word comes to mind, it's intensity. Intensity. He is he's very strong-willed out there on the field. Plays the game to the fullest, and he's very team-oriented, unselfish, and a very popular player with spirit. Second team All-Mission League as a defender, junior Jeff Hitchcock. He was also voted our defensive player of the year. Now for the seniors. When I see this young man in the halls, I smile now because he always held a tremendous sense of humor amongst his teammates. Very, very hardworking. He improved since he was a sophomore. He's improved tremendously, and for this he's been voted the most improved player of our team. And I wish him the best of luck. It's been wonderful, Joe. Congratulations, Senior Joe DeLaw. Who has been accepted at Georgetown, Villanova, and Brown. Outstanding midfielder for us this past year. These past 2 years, he was voted All-League last year. I wish him the best of luck because he's so warm-hearted and he'd do anything for the team. He was always so involved with the team, always wanted to know what was going on. Studied in England this past summer, came back right away and wanted to get right into it right away. I mean, no rest for this young man, and I hope he comes back to visit. Senior Brian Held. The next two seniors have been awarded how, I guess, Jeff and Trevor explained the Coaches Award for their undying commitment and effort and unselfishness. Pat Kirchen has been with us for 3 years on the varsity, and not one time have I seen him with an ounce of pessimism. There was always optimism, always fun-loving, always smiling, always upbeat about his teammates. And I wish him the best of luck, and I'm definitely going to miss his attitude. And I hope that most of you young men out there on the freshman and JV can take notice at this young man's attitude and personality. Thank you, Pat Kirchen. This next young man has achieved the most accolades that any player has received while I've been coach here. Most valuable goalkeeper of the league, the Mission League. 10 league shutouts, 13 shutouts overall. As you can see, the defense made up of Kevin, Michael, Matt, Rebel, sophomores who held their own, but for the most part, Chris, being our captain and our leader back there as the goalkeeper, really did a wonderful job in keeping them together, making them feel important, making them feel like they could do the job that they could do, not just because, of Chris's talent, but because of their talent. And it's a tribute to him as a player. He was also fortunate enough to receive 13 All-CIF Division III. But I don't think that all this notoriety is important to Chris. If you know Chris, he's a wonderful young man who's warm and kind and very friendly. Again, not 1 ounce of pessimism. Always upbeat, always excited about going out to practice, always excited about getting the guys together. I remember one time that one of our players was hurt and he couldn't make practice, and Chris called him to see how he was doing, to see if he was going to be okay, if he was going to be all right to make practice. He always gives of himself, and I wish that his determination on the field will carry on in the classroom, and I hope that he continues to stick with Loyola High School. I think he'd make a tremendous coach and an educator, because he's a wonderful role model for all you freshmen out there. So I wish you the best of luck. Chris, Walter. Thank you very much. And now I would like to turn it over to our principal, Father Robert Walsh.
He showed a great deal of enthusiasm, and he helped keep us together as a team. And I don't know, I mean, he helped us out a lot. And to show our gratitude, the captains are going to present again. We'd like to thank him for all his time and effort. And the effort wasn't through his practice in the games, but before the season and making up the schedules, and during the season rescheduling all our games that we missed. And we continued on. He scouted all our opponents, or tough ones at least, and made phone calls to find out who was a better player, and went to some late games at night. So we'd like to thank Mr. Lynn.
I don't want to be redundant after Carlos's warm words of gratitude, but it's difficult to thank people enough. And I'm very grateful for the many contributions that so many of you have made to the community of Loyola High School, especially by being involved in the community of the soccer teams this year. So to Charlie Welsh and to his crew, and to Bob Bushelman, to the parents who have been so very, very supportive and present to your sons. I'm very deeply grateful to your contributions, to your love, to your support, to Mrs. Held for all the ways that she's helped out. I'd like to thank all of you and offer you my congratulations for what you've done to build a great spirit of community here at Loyola for your sons. So thank you. In particular, I would like to take this opportunity to extend my very sincere thanks and gratitude on behalf of Loyola High School to Jeff Van Gastel and to Trevor Ikes. The time and the dedication, the sacrifices that you've made to your personal lives and probably to your academic careers are truly remarkable. And it's truly remarkable because you are such good role models to these young men. And I'm very grateful for what you've given to them and to the school. So thank you very much. And in particular, I'd like to thank my colleague Carlos Leon for the remarkable contributions that he makes to head up this program. It is very difficult when you think about the number of athletes involved in this program to give the kind of time and organization that he gives to the program. I'm very grateful for what he gives, not only as a coach, but as an administrator in running this program. But I'm very grateful for his expertise and his contributions as a coach and in leading this team so remarkably this season. And finally, but I'd like to give you a round of applause too, Carlos. To the Loyola High School varsity soccer team, dear gentlemen, my sincere and heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you for the extraordinary honor you have earned in being named the 1993 CIF Southern Section Team Academic Champion. The team's combined unweighted GPA of 3.51 is truly impressive, especially given the demands and drains on your study schedule. On behalf of Loyola High School, I want you to know of our pride in your accomplishments as athletes, scholars, and Christian gentlemen. You have every right to feel proud of your accomplishments, for they have been earned not only through your impressive intellectual, academic, and athletic talents, they were earned through your dedication, hard work, sacrifices, and discipline. You emulate for the rest of the school community the kind of excellence a Jesuit education esteems and reveres, and you add a new chapter to the tradition of excellence in the history of Loyola High School of Los Angeles. Once again, gentlemen, I congratulate you on this extraordinary award. We are indeed grateful for the honor you have brought to our school community and to yourselves. I wish you a joyous celebration in receiving this award on April 21st. How awesome. Sincerely yours, Pete.
Go to it! Don't let him have it! Again, Dawson, again!
That's it.
Go to it! Go! You got her! You got her!